Hey, what is up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I'm eating here my barbecue chicken leftover. Sitting here having fun. Honestly, I'm on my iPhone 4S, which means it's going to be harder for me to upload the video because I'm not on my other one because I was too lazy this morning. And instead of listening to the music on my iPhone 4S that I normally use, like my radio, I wanted to listen to Apple Music, which is only on my other one, so I killed it, and now I'm waiting for it to charge up. But this gives me a fun time to talk about last night. I watched SummerSlam 2016, good old Finn Balor against Seth Rollins. That was my main event. I did skip through the show here and there along the way. Listened to Observer Radio today. Lots of people upset over the ending of Brock versus Randy. Honestly, in my opinion, I think that would have been a really good ending to a pay-per-view if it wouldn't have been 6 hours long. But I think just people, I don't know, honestly, in my opinion, what else were you really expecting to happen? I think that really the only rumor that was out there was that Goldberg was going to show up because Goldberg and Brock kept trading things back and forth, talking about, challenging each other and shit like that. And I know that Brock Lesnar doesn't fuck around. He only does things if there's money to be made. They're not going to fight in UFC. There's not really a huge realistic chance they're going to fight in WWE, but if it's going to happen anywhere, it's going to be like that. I don't really see Brock hyping up a video game battle that they're going to play out to launch the game in October. So I don't know if they're building something or not there, but that's really the only thing that can happen. People are pissed that Charlotte beat Sasha. I think with Sasha getting the win on television, I instantly thought that Charlotte was going to win the title back at SummerSlam. In my opinion, honestly, I think that, the rumor out there is that Sasha's hurt, but I think that it was the plan all along. Ever since they put the belt on Sasha, you can tell that, Charlotte is their Ronda Rousey type. She is Ric Flair's daughter. She's got the tap-out deal. She's got a lot going for her, and she's the one that they want to get behind as being the real athlete, as the leader of the Divas women's division. I'm always going to call it that. I still call it WWF some days. But to me, the big main event, honestly, was Finn Balor beating Seth Rollins. I at first didn't think it was going to happen. I thought they would sort of do the ROH thing where the guy doesn't win the big one in his first time. But you got to think almost every major title that was put on the line this weekend changed. The NXT Championship changed. The Ring of Honor Championship changed. The WWE Championship didn't change, but you can really tell that from Ambrose and Ziggler that's not a main championship anymore. It might as well be the Intercontinental or the United States Championship. Not a huge knock on SmackDown. It's a big, huge knock on Ambrose and Ziggler not being built up to be big deals. You still really got to go to the fact that Ziggler just lost a feud to Baron Corbin. He won one match that made him a number one contender, and people didn't believe anything that was going on during that match, that there was going to be anything that happened. Ziggler is coming off, getting beat by Baron Corbin. I think I just said that. But you go back to Brock and Ambrose at WrestleMania. I kept on saying this is the time you have Ambrose beat Brock. He hasn't been beat yet. Then, when you get to Ambrose versus Reigns, which I thought was coming after WrestleMania, then you've got Ambrose waving it in Reigns' face. I did what you weren't able to do. It gives them a reason to fight. That Ambrose was able to take down the monster, the one guy that Roman Reigns wasn't able to beat at WrestleMania 31. I honestly thought that would have been a big deal. But Finn and Seth was my main event. It was a great match. Some people are saying that Balor's hurt. It had to have been on the crash landing through the boards. You could really tell at the one time that when Rollins dumped Seth over the dasher boards, that they were trying to build up that sort of rise, almost like Vince McMahon during that match against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 19, where Vince comes up. I think Stephanie did it this year on Raw with the sledgehammer when she was giving the sledgehammer to to Triple H to take care of Dean Ambrose, and that was building up to Roadblock, or maybe it was after Roadblock. It might even have been at Roadblock. I don't remember, but it was somewhere around that time before the Roman Reigns match, and you know, that's what they were doing. They wanted to see him rise up. I think that Finn and Seth had a great match. I like Rollins as much as I like Finn. I think that Balor really is the next level, and you know, the announcers were really hyping up the fact that both of these guys are going to be the guys that lead Monday Night Raw, whether if it's, you know, one or the other or against each other. They are going to be the rising stars, and they're the cream of the crop, and we are lucky to have them on Monday Night Raw. There's always going to be injuries, this, that, and the other, but as long as you have those two main guys, you've got your main players built, you know, and they are your MVPs. You know, Balor got the win with the coup de grace, coming out the top rope, flattening out Rollins right there in the middle of the ring. You could really see it when he did those running sort of knee kicks into the thing, and Seth sold him like $1 million, and it was awesome. It was a really fun match. My girlfriend, she was really into it. You know, Finn Balor is her favorite wrestler because I guess she really connects with him. She likes him. We watched that documentary deal, and she's hooked. She wants to see anything that he does, so I'm happy to watch it with her. This girl's going to fall because she's got huge heels and she's carrying this cake, and it would be awesome if she fell. But, you know, good times. It was a fun show. I really liked the opening with Enzo and Kaz coming out. Anything that they do, people are really going to get hooked on. If they were ever really going to lose a crowd, it was going to be during that long intro. It seemed like they were out there forever doing some stupid stuff. But, I mean, they seem to get the crowd pumped. Those guys should be opening up every pay-per-view from here to eternity. The talk about them breaking up them is just beyond the point of crazy. They lost the match, but I don't think anybody's really going to remember that. Anything else that happened on the show, just it is what it is. And we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys down the road.